Hi, Bill Grudy here with Fire Talk from the Konocti Fire Safe Council, coming to you this time from an area of Lake County called the Black Forest. This is a mountainside forest. The mountain rises up from Soda Bay Road, which is our only evacuation route in the event of a wildfire. It is a steep slope that goes up to the peak of Mount Konocti, which is over 3,000 feet up from where we're standing right now. A steep, dramatic rise. It's a dense forest around me of black oaks, of 300-foot tall fir trees and other conifers. But what makes it especially hazardous is the huge number of dead pine trees here. Trees that were killed off by the bark beetle infestation that was triggered by the drought several years ago. The plan has been to clear out the brush and the undergrowth in the area to a couple of hundred feet back from the road, and to do it in a way that is efficient and safe. Folks from the local Native American tribes, CAL FIRE, and the Bureau of Land Management are all up here. District 5 Supervisor Jessica Peiska's office has been heavily involved too. So I want to tell a story, and I want to start the story around one of the 500 or so burn piles.
Hi there, my name is Michelle Cohn. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Tribal Eco Restoration Alliance. On today's burn, this land hasn't burned since time immemorial, since colonization. So we're here with multi-agencies conducting our first pile burn. It's part of our multi-step process doing fuels management, fuels reduction.
To make sure everything is being done in the safest way possible, CAL FIRE is checking each pile, raking away the debris, and then wetting it down as needed.
Paul Duncan, I'm the Division Chief responsible for Lake County operations for the northern part of the Sonoma Lake Napa unit. Well, these piles have been building up over the last probably 5 years. We've been doing some work in here, and BLM's been doing work in here to get some of the brush cleared up and the shaded fuel break really established in the Black Forest.
There is certainly a sense of excitement in the air, and there's a sense of pride among the crew members too.
We're all working together, all integrated as one good team, and things have been going spectacular this morning.
If you caught that, that's some hoots and hollers from our Tribal Eco Restoration Alliance all native hand crew. We have intertribal hand crews from all 7 tribes around the lake, and the cultural significance is this area used to be able to be burned regularly, traditionally, according to cultural practices. It's part of tending to the land here. That, since colonization, hasn't been able to happen until recently, even as late as 2012. But with approval of that, we're able to do cultural burns here. We try and incorporate cultural aspects like tending to plants that we use for basketry, something like willow, which you may not find in this unit particular, but maybe our gray pines, which are used for basketry as well. Food sources, acorns, removing pests. These are kind of the things that we at Tribal Eco Restoration Alliance try to impart when we work with local agencies, so we can kind of build more reciprocal land stewardship practices.
My name is Xavier Jack. I'm a tribal member from Big Valley Rancheria, and I am a Terra crew member. We're helping the forest, and we're trying to bring our mother oak back. They're getting taken over by a lot of these conifers and firs and stuff, and they like to take a lot of the water from the oaks and other native plants that live in this area. Instead of just cut, we go and we save our oaks, we save our native plants, and just remove a lot of the invasives.
Michelle, it sounds like in addition to everything else that we're looking at a rather efficient way of dealing with a very complicated burn situation.
Other than doing pile burns or a broadcast burn, which are the 2 main parts of prescribed burning, the other method of fuels management would be using a hand crew, going out here with chainsaws. And that's kind of our first step here at Black Forest, the Tribal Eco Restoration Alliance. Our crew has gone out here for the last couple months, cutting down trees, making room for the trees that we want to keep. This used to be a beautiful black oak woodland, but now it's been encroached by a lot of our firs. So making room for that. So with this pile burn, it's part of a multi-step 5-year process. We're hoping after this pile burn, In a few years, we'll be able to perform a broadcast burn, allow other plants to regenerate, and turn this back into its original landscape, a beautiful black oak forest.
It's 10:15 a.m. and as I look around me, there are piles burning all over. So, Paul, it has the feeling of a race against time.
The piles that are left and need to be burned, we really want to get those taken care of before we get to the peak of fire season and have all these hazards that exist right near the roadway. So that is our priority today, is really eliminating those piles and the potential for a roadside start to spread up onto the mountain. Keep the fires within those burned piles and get them lit and monitor them as they burn down. Throw the material in as the pile gets smaller, and then just make sure we have good consumption and the fires are extinguished before we go. We will have crews here overnight and then probably through tomorrow as we get, it's supposed to be pretty cool tonight, so in the mid 40s, humidity is going to come up to about 80%, so really good conditions for a fire just to be extinguished. But we'll have resources out here just on the chance that there's an escape and just to monitor the piles and make sure nothing goes anywhere and those all stay extinguished.
This area, we saw a wildfire a couple years back, started from a cigarette butt, and this community, they're trying to become more fire safe. So we're here today, and we're hoping to make this a safer community for everyone to travel.
So, Paul and Michelle, let's wrap it up with your feeling about what the public needs to know. What do they need to take away from all this?
During fire season, we have a lot of what I like to call good work at the wrong time, or a good thing at the wrong time, and that is weed eating or doing fuels work when it's 105 outside. So get your fuels work done before it gets to that temperature. Get your clearing done before we get into the peak of fire season and you're panicked. Get your gutters cleaned out. Just really be ready for fire season. And the key with us is that zone 0. Make sure you have that 0 to 5 feet clearance between the structure and any kind of vegetation. So all the way down to bare mineral soil, concrete, gravel, just really so there's no conductive fuel between the house and your 5-foot buffer around. So nothing there that can burn.
I think what the public should know is that fire, it can be a good thing as much as it can be something that, we need to prevent. Wildfire, it's bad, but we need to understand that's due to a history of fire suppression. When we do small burns like this, especially through a cultural lens, it can actually be beneficial for the landscape. Not only are we healing the land, we're healing the people as well. The traditional people are stewards of the land, our local Lake Miwok, Pomo, Wapo peoples. And also through that, we're able to heal our plants, animals, water, land relatives.
We're going to wrap it up from here in the Black Forest. It's been great to hang with the tribal crews, with the folks from CAL FIRE and the BLM. I'm Bill Grudy for Fire Talk and the Konocti Fire Safe Council.